All right, so I'm here. Any given Sunday sports special, East Coast, original coast, real style. What's up? It's Jesus. I'm here. Steve motivated me. I needed to come out. I needed to do a video for you all, give you all what you've been asking for, give you all my picks, give you all my grades. I'm going to go through really quick because kickoff is coming up very shortly here. We have less than 20 minutes until the trade deadline for keepers does pass. So just want to let everybody know, we're getting close. We're getting real close for it. So thank you all for joining, listening in. I want to go ahead and I want to give a great props to everybody. We had an amazing draft, a great turnout. It was just overall just a good time, man. So I want to say thank you to everyone for just making it fun as always. With that being said, let's get right to it. Just really quick, our draft winners to me is Rich, hands down. I actually do agree with Steve on that. I think Rich absolutely killed it. He hiked up prices on people. He ended up with good players. He got the players he wanted, but he also stopped certain teams from getting certain players. So props to you, Rich. Again, you absolutely killed the draft. Dennis did well as always, which is expected. You just expect Dennis every time to absolutely kill the draft as well. Steve, I thought, did very well, considering his situation going in without Andrew Luck. I thought he absolutely did a phenomenal job. Anthony, the normal suspects. And then, you have those that, you get a little bit concerned with. I don't want to say Pops had a bad draft. I know normally I go and I dog him. Do I feel he could have a better bench? Yes. But I feel that same way every year with Pops. So hopefully he'll get that addressed. We'll see. Only time will tell if he's able to do so. But overall, again, just great job to everybody. Gabe, I know he's taking some heat. I will say this, though. He had a much better draft this time than what he did last year. So I'm seeing improvement. You just hope that Antonio Brown situation works itself out. I actually think it'd be better if he ends up off of the Raiders and goes somewhere else. That's just my opinion. And then Jose, yes, he struggled a little bit in this draft. He had all this. He didn't have the money to start. He tried to sit back, let everybody spend. Once everybody spent, he didn't make the adjustment and then start spending himself. So I was kind of disappointed with that. And then Sean just had too much money at the end. He did the opposite of what he did last year. Last year, he was just hiking up just for hiking up. Ended up broke early. This year, he did the opposite. So, I'm concerned about Sean. I'm concerned about Jose. But one thing about those two teams is they're very top heavy. They have studs at the top of their lineups. It's just the rest that is where you just get a little bit concerned with. With that being said, I'm going to get right to it, right to my picks, my matchups. What do I think is going to happen? Let's go ahead and start off first with the first Florida Thirst Traps versus Slap Sauce. While I'm going into this game, I had Gabe winning it. I am concerned he may not have Antonio Brown. It is because of that I am actually going to go with Slap Sauce, because if Gabe doesn't have Antonio Brown, which I don't think he will have him for this week, that actually tilts it to the other side. So I do think that Deshaun Watson, Juju Smith, Tyler Lockett, Travis Kelce, Derrick Henry will be a lot to handle. On the other side, though, I do think Gabe has a really good team in Baker Mayfield, Montgomery, Leonard Fournette, Amari Cooper, and when Antonio Brown, not if, but when Antonio Brown shows up, that's going to be a solid player for him as well. I just don't think it's going to be enough this time around. So give me the Slap Sauce in that game. Next up, we have the Daytona Daunting Ducks versus My Wife Ruins Everything. Yeah, Dom, she's, you made my draft very difficult, man, but all love, man. I know you playing double duty. It's not easy. So I feel you, man. I've been there. It's a struggle, but you know what, man? At the end of the day, God bless you and your family. But going to the picks, yeah, I'm actually going to have to go here with Dom. I just think Dom just has a better situation. You know what? No, give me the upset. Give me the Daytona Daunting Ducks. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to struggle tonight. I don't like Dom's receiving core. I think they're not, I don't think they're all that great as well. So I'm actually going to go with the upset. The Daytona Daunting Ducks. I think Bella's going to play phenomenal. I think Russell Wilson's going to have a good game. So is Thielen. Give me some Miles Sanders over there. So yeah, I'm going to go with the upset on that one. Daytona Daunting Ducks on that. Next game we have is Juggle My Onions versus Julio Let the Dogs Out. And in this game here, I'm actually going to go with Juggle My Onions. I think Dennis is one of the top teams in this league. No surprise there. The dude just had a great draft. And when you can roll out there Todd Gurley, Keenan Allen, Tyreek Hill, Christian McCaffrey, that's a problem. Yeah, he has a lot of Rams, and I do think that'll be a problem later on down the line. But for early in the season, that's never a problem having too many Rams. It's when playoff time comes is when they start sitting guys. So yes, give me Dennis, and I do think Dennis is going to win this one by a pretty good amount. I know everybody's saying, well, Pops has Zeke and Pops has Julio and Connor. I do think that you're going to see Jalen Samuel take some touches away from Connor on that side. And then Mark Ingram, while he's a great player, I do think that, they are not going to give him all the workload. I think they're going to split that up a little bit back there. So, yeah, give me Juggle My Onions. And I know ESPN has Julio let the dogs out winning in this one. I actually think Dennis is going to win. I think Dennis is going to win this by double digits, in my honest opinion. Nothing against Pops, because I do think Pops is going to compete for the playoffs, even compete for a division championship. But I just think in this case here, Dennis is just really, really strong. Next up, McPoon handling GOAT engines versus a slightly punty vibe. I'm going to go here with a slightly punty vibe. And I'm assuming Odell Beckham's going to play. I just think the three-headed monster of David Johnson, Odell Beckham, DeAndre Hopkins is just an absolute problem. On the other side, again, McPoon has a really good team in Freeman and Michael Thomas, Adams, Josh Jacobs. But I just think that big three that Anthony's going to roll out week in and week out is going to be a major, major issue for several people. So, yeah, give me a slightly punty vibe and give me them here. I would say they're probably going to win in a close game, probably less than double digits. Nothing against Rich's team, but I just think that three-headed monster. Although, Anthony, I'm going to be very clear. I do think you need to get yourself a quarterback. I know you got Big Ben. You picked him up in the waiver, but we all know Big Ben, unless he's playing at home, he's not that reliable. And then lastly, the game of the week, Tampa's Empire versus the New York Powers. I'm going to go with the New York Powers here. I just feel overall we're a better team. Am I concerned with Mahomes going against Jacksonville? I am a little bit. Barkley against Dallas. Dallas is a really good defense. So, yeah, I am a little concerned there too. But I just think overall, top to bottom, I do think we have slightly better matchups and just better players overall. I would say the Empire have a better big name team. But as far as just team in general, I have to say the New York Powers take this one. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I do think it's going to be close. And I think a lot of it's going to come down to Marvin Jones and Jimmy Garoppolo. Those two guys have to really outperform their average draft position because not much was expected of them. But Steve is actually expecting starter-like performances and numbers from them. So we will see if that gets it done. So those are my picks. Lastly here, just really quick, I know you guys wanted some draft grades, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll be fair and I'll give them out. Start off for myself, I would actually give myself a B+. I would have loved to go higher, but we missed out on some of the guys later on in the draft that we wanted. Early on, we got exactly what we wanted. We wanted Diggs, we wanted Galladay. We wanted those two guys, and we got them. We got good tight end Hunter Henry. Also got Jared Cook as well, so I really like that. But again, when you miss out on some of the other guys later on, I do think that had to cost me some. So yeah, I'm going to give myself just a B+. Anthony here, I would actually give him a B+ as well. I would have loved to see Anthony get a quarterback. That's the only difference there. If he would have gotten a Drew Brees, if he would have gotten, a better quarterback, I think he would have easily been in the A range. Steve, I think, actually gets a A- in this. Steve did a phenomenal job considering his situation when he lost luck. Again, he's another one I wish would have went ahead and gotten a quarterback, but he chose not to. A lot of teams, I feel, did that this year. I think they took that whole quarterback isn't that important to the next level, and I disagree. I do think you need to have a good quarterback to be successful. Rich gets an A+, in my opinion. He was just maneuvering in and out, bidding, not bidding, doing all these different things. He killed it. Great job, Rich, on that. Yeah, he absolutely had the best draft, in my opinion. Pops, I'm going to give you an A- in this one. You get a better grade than me just because, again, I look at that Connor, Zeke. I look at Julio. I love Dede Westbrook. You went out there. You got A.J. Green for 13, who's not going to be right away, but he will be there later. I love the Godwin pick. Just top to bottom. You did a phenomenal job. So props to you, Pops, on that. Gabe, you're probably going to get a C+. I would have loved to see you do a little bit more with what you had. You missed out on a couple guys. You panicked a little bit. The Trubisky move is really what hurt you. I don't know why you did that, but other than that, I think overall much better than what you've done in the past, though. So good job there. Dennis, you get an A on your draft. You went out there, you went into the draft with Gurley, McCaffrey, and Tyreek Hill, and then you kept it going. You got Keenan Allen, you had Jared Goff, you still got Woods back, you get Aaron Jones, Kenyon Drake. The list goes on and on. Just a phenomenal job by Dennis there. Dom, Dom, I'm actually going to give him a B plus as well, similar to my grade. I think he could have done a lot better, but considering all the distractions that he had going on, I still think he managed fairly well. The roster itself isn't a B plus roster, but the draft, I do give him that because it was rough for him. But luckily going in, he had some players already on his roster. Sean is actually going to get a C minus. Again, just the money situation. You did not spend it accordingly. I think you could have had yourself a couple big name guys, and you just didn't. You weren't responsible with the money. I feel like you left way too much on the table. And then lastly, Jose, you went in with a real good three-headed monster, and you just couldn't add much to that. And I'm disappointed because I thought you had some really good opportunities, and you just didn't take advantage of it. So those are my picks. Those are that's what I see. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Steve, great job. Thank you so much for the West Coast show. You pushed me and motivated me to go ahead and get one out really quick before the games start. So the games are about to start in a few minutes. I'm going to let you guys all go. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Be safe. I am out of here, guys. Peace.